When you have a pension plan and it needs to be divided in a divorce, the court will have to enter an order. It's generally called a QDRO, a Qualified Domestic Relations Order. If it's a military plan, it might be a military retirement division order. But it's a separate court order, separate from the decree of divorce, and it goes to the plan administrator to spell out how much each party is entitled to in that retirement plan. Now, one thing you need to be really mindful of when you're asking the judge in your divorce for orders, or if you're entering into a settlement, or when you're reviewing a QDRO that's being prepared, you need to be mindful of how it spells out how it handles survivor benefits. So in a divorce case, the court can make an order that awards a survivor benefit to the non-participant spouse, but it is absolutely not something that is a community property interest or that they're entitled to absolutely. So it's somewhat of an extreme or an extraordinary measure for a court to require a survivor benefit against the objection of the other party. I mean, it's something that you can always agree to if you want to, but it's not automatic and it's not absolute under Nevada law. And so when you're going in and asking the court for orders, or you're negotiating a settlement, or you're reviewing a QDRO that's been prepared, you want to make sure that it either has the designation for survivor benefit that you want in it, or that it's silent on it. Because if the QDRO is silent on whether or not there needs to be a survivor benefit, or what option has to be elected by the participant when they retire, then it doesn't lock in any specific option being selected. But if it does, if there's a court order and it's in the QDRO that somebody has to select the option for survivor benefit or one of the other options, then that's a court order and it's required, and the plan administrator will have to do it at the time of retirement. Now, the different plans have different reasons for why you might want to do a survivor benefit or not. And so some retirement plans, when the participant dies, the actual benefits awarded to the non-participant spouse go away. Other plans, they don't. Other plans will go ahead and divide that interest and give the non-participating spouse their interest in that retirement, regardless of whether or not the participant passes away. Whether or not that non-participant interest goes away is something that you're going to want to take into account in deciding whether or not someone should have a survivor benefit. But even in a situation where the non-participant's share goes away if the participant dies, there's still not an absolute right to a survivor benefit. And there's certainly situations where, say you have a very short-term marriage, a long time working towards that retirement, where it really doesn't make sense at all to have a survivor benefit locked in for that particular spouse that you're divorcing, when there might be other people that you would want to have as the survivor later on in life, or you don't want to pay the extra cost of having a survivor benefit. So you want to be really mindful heading into a divorce that you're paying attention to what the court is ordering and what you're required to do regarding a survivor benefit in a pension.